Uh-oh. Here we are. Hi. Oh, how should I start this? It's been way too long since I've actually done a live stream, so, you know, I'm just a little bit out of practice. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure how to start this. Hello, I'm Christian Nisus. If you haven't seen the main channel, same name, Christian Nisus, I tend to make video essays, mini documentaries, and recently media review because I think it's interesting, and I have opinions on things. I would like to express those opinions on things. They're not always popular opinions, granted, given video count, my view count on most of my videos, but one thing has always seemed to work for me: Batman content, which I'm very happy about. I'm wearing a Batman shirt, but it's Austin because they've got the biggest bat caves in the US. But yeah, I love Batman stuff. So today I thought for my first stream on the new channel, the gaming channel, the channel that's going to supplement content that I won't put on the main channel because it's an entirely different sort of format, and I want a different crowd on there than I necessarily want here. Not to say that you can't have two interests at the same time, but you know what I mean. Video essays on the video essay channel, gaming on the gaming channel. Anyway, I have a massive project I've been working on called Project Gotham City. I've made a couple of update videos on the main channel, as well as, explaining what it is. But the gist of it is, I want to build a Gotham City map, but it's 1-to-1 scale. And then eventually, maybe, possibly, hopefully, turn it into a roleplay server for Minecraft. The difficult part is, it's in 1.710. Yeah. Hopefully you know what that means if you're here, because you probably do. You're a fan of Minecraft stuff, I assume. But basically, very old version of Minecraft. In fact, 2013 or 2014 era Minecraft. So, yeah, old stuff. Still has a massive modding community. Still has perhaps the largest number of mods available for the version in comparison to any other Minecraft version. I haven't actually checked that in a while. That may have changed. Might be like 112 or 116 now. Point is, massive modding community, and for the longest time was the modding standard 1.710. So that's what I'm working in. Also, the mod that all of this is built around, the Superheroes Unlimited mod, or what's now the Legends mod, used to only be a 1.710 mod until like a month or two ago, when the creator, Tayo, went ahead and said, oh yeah, I'm going to be making a 1.18 version, and I'm going to stop updating the 1.710 version. Which is just perfect. That's exactly what I needed, right? Anyway, here we are. I want to make sure that this chat thing is actually working, so let me go and... Because if the chat thing doesn't work, it's whatever. I can go back and fix it some other time. I just wanted to see if it did, so that as I was looking at the screen, it looked as if I was looking at the chat. It's right here. There's the... Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying. You get it. Point is, got a lot of stuff. Next time, I'm going to angle the camera a little farther down so that you can actually see, like have a bust of me instead of just a head. This feels a little low. It feels short. I'm not short though, so that's fun. Anyway, let's get into it. There we go. I've got way too many buttons filled on this stream deck. Sorry. There we go. Hey, wonderful. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much just gonna be doing this for a while. I was planning on until about 11 o'clock, but we would have started at 8 or 8:30, so 12 o'clock. How about that? We'll go till 12 o'clock. Should be about 2.5 hours. If this loads for the first time around. I haven't streamed this map before, so I don't know how well this is going to work. It is a CPU-heavy game, Minecraft Java, so we'll see. I mean, I have a very good CPU, but there's always a possibility. And it's one of the largest Minecraft maps in terms of sheer size out there right now. Not as big as Build the Earth, of course, but, you know, everyone's sort of focused on one section of that map, not the whole of it, all at the same time. I'm sort of just rambling at this point. I'm just rambling. Oh boy, it's been too long since I've actually done something like this. Ooh, here we go. And if you saw the last date played on the single player screen, it has been a month and a half? No. 5 weeks? About 5 weeks since I last had a chance to jump on this map. I have been absolutely swamped with the post-production for the Batman video that is never coming out now, thanks to Adobe having a glitch that doesn't want to fix itself, which is exactly what I needed to hear. Whatever. So we're in the map. It's going to take a while to load, but we are on South Channel Island, which if you look up a map of Gotham City, well, okay, no, if you just randomly look up a map of Gotham City, you're gonna get like 6 or 7 different things. But for the standard of Gotham City in the comics that has been used by a variety of creators for a long, long time, South Channel Island has Gotham University, or Gotham State University in this version. And it's basically like the college town island. So if you can imagine a college town, that's basically what this part of Gotham is, the whole of it. So, you know, more modern buildings, an old campus that mixes like really old buildings with hyper modern buildings. And they don't always look the best, but that's kind of the college experience. A college stadium, which is weird because Gotham also has an NFL stadium. Well, NFL, it's Gotham City, you know what I mean. Yeah, lots of stuff. This is it's a lot of work. So this section of the island down here is everything I have completed in the town part of the college town. And up here is all the stuff I have completed for the college part of the college town island in the whole of Gotham City. Oh, okay, and the map is still loading. Wonderful. So, if you have seen the update videos, this is where Wayne Manor is. I'm gonna fill out like the landscape and the road structure and all that stuff later. But there's Wayne Manor, the Uptown Island, South Channel Island, Midtown Island, the Narrows, which is what the second update video was. Right here. Here's everything that I have like officially completed is here, and then Arkham Island, which is a rather new addition. Like Arkham Island, I wasn't initially planning on placing here. I was just gonna have this, and then I thought that's kind of boring. I like the island. I had recently replayed Arkham Asylum, and I thought, you know what? Nah, Gotham City kind of needs an Arkham Island. Like you can't just go back to a building in the city once you have seen what Arkham Island looks like in the games. You can't really just go back to imagining that it's just a building. It's just not as fun that way. So yeah, I built out Arkham Island. I'll probably put that up in an update video for the gaming channel at some point. But it's got a lot of stuff. It's got 2 different holding cells. It's got a hospital wing. It's got the administrative building, of course, Arkham Manor. It's got a power and water. It's got a power station and a water treatment station. It's got a guard barracks. It's got a natatorium, which is the really annoyingly fancy way of saying a big swimming pool, a big indoor swimming pool, and of course, botanical gardens. You have to have a botanical gardens. That's sort of just a thing you need. There's a cemetery, which is full, so hopefully no one else dies on the island. Oh well. and then, you know, a bunch of guard towers. You can see it all here. You know what we're looking at here. Look, Arkham Manor, holding cells, water treatment, power station, med bay, medical wing, lighthouse, docks, botanical gardens, cemetery, natatorium, manor house, and guard barracks. I will tour those in a video, but, you know, there's your overview. Thanks for watching the stream. If you can't catch the whole stream, it will be in a playlist on this channel. It's just an unlisted video thing. It helps grow channels. If you have a channel that's entirely live streams, great. If you have a channel that's live streams and video content, YouTube wants to grow your video content over your live streams, just the way it works. So we are right now, we are working on the administrative building for Gotham State University. Yeah, that's basically what we're at here. This is the administrative building for Gotham State University. Over here is the library, based off of, I think it was Harvard's library. It may have been Princeton's library. I took one of the libraries from one of the big Ivy League schools, because, you know, Gotham State University is also supposed to be an Ivy League contender. It's not like actually Ivy League, because if I'm not mistaken, the Ivy League colleges are all private universities. So anyway, that's a bunch of weird bureaucracy that I didn't need to talk about. Let's actually just, you know, get into the thing we're here to do, which is to decorate this building. We're here to decorate this building. Okay, I'm doing a bit of lag. Yeah, there we go. Gotham State University. Big gates. Yeah, a lot of fun. Oh yeah, parking structure. I need like a parking building that I can fill up, because that's definitely not enough for all the students and faculty on campus. But the campus itself is going to be walking and footpaths and bike paths only, because, you know, it feels more like a closed campus sort of feel. And it's what I've got going on at my school. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, I'm just talking now. Okay, so this is generally what we're going with for the shape. I could have cut it off there, but it felt too tall and not wide enough if I just cut it off there. Also, from there on up, it's just one continuous floor. Like there's no divider floors where the windows are from here on up. From here on up. So it's that for this big tower. Yeah. Unnecessarily massive structure. But yeah, this is the administrative building, which means more likely than not, if it's got an older architectural style like this does, collegiate Gothic, it was likely the original building that was once the entire university before it got a lot of money from a lot of people. And it's Gotham City. Lots of people have money here. All right, there we go. Do you ever just like sit on your legs? Does your legs just start hurting? Do you ever just like sit on your legs? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just a weird thing. I don't know. Gotta sit on my legs sometimes. They just start hurting. But then if you sit on them too long, it gets worse. Which is really stupid. Like, I get it, you're cutting off circulation, but then why is it comfortable in the first place? Why not just immediately have it cut your circulation? Just like right away. Okay, it has been 5 or 6 weeks, and I don't remember what I was going to use this room for. Because I was going to use that room right there, where the cursor's pointing. That room on both sides is going to be like a ballroom or like an event room sort of thing. Colleges love to have alumni events. That's where they get most of their money from, their alumni. So, you know, they love putting on alumni events. So that's what that room is going to be for, and these are going to be wings to this room. But I don't remember what I was going to use this for. Maybe like trophies or awards or notable things the school has been a part of. I think that's what I was going to use this for. Yeah, I think that's what I was going to use this for. I mean, it is now. It is now. Okay. 3, 6, and then 3 on the other side. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, that's another thing. The wings. These wings here are also off-center because the doors are 4 wide and the hallways go down to 3 wide. And it was too late in the building process for me to catch that. So that's where we're at. We're stuck with it. It's how it is. It's how it is. We're stuck with it. I'm not gonna go changing all that. Oh well. Yeah. If I didn't say something, it's not likely you guys would have caught it, but then I started counting the block placement, so oh well. Okay. No, we want to go there. Thank God for World Edit. This is this is how I basically do the stuff. I'll build one copy of it and then I'll just clone it over and over. I mean, it's kind of how everyone uses World Edit, but I've got World Edit and I've got the Builder's Wand from Extra Utilities. There we go. I was gonna say either Extra Utilities or I can't remember what the other one's called right now. It's been a while. It's been a while, and it's been a long, long day. A good day, productive day, but a long day, and the technical difficulties didn't help. Okay, so if this is going to be like awards and stuff, I need... What do I need? I need to build a platform to place those awards on. Okay. So we're gonna go with... nope, that's not what I was going for. Planks. Ooh, yes, let's go with you. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with that. If I don't like it, I can always world edit the change later. We might not go one there. Oh, and then over here. Yeah, see, this is another problem. It's 5 instead of 4. All right. Okay. Okay, so do I want to move this out one or this in one? Because when you're inside the building, when the roof is up, when everything's all decorated, you're not really going to be thinking about, oh, this room is off center by 1 block. As long as it all looks right. And these blocks in particular really stand out. Oh, that's 5. That's 4. It's much more noticeable than like just the wall textures, which just blend together. Obviously, you could count down here and then count the space in between, but This is much more noticeable because it contrasts with the rest of the colors of the room, which is generally off-white and off-gray. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because this space now feels more open. Yeah, this feels more open, but similarly still very well supported. Like, it still feels solid. The spacing isn't too unbelievable. Oh wait, okay, wonderful. Okay, don't even need to use the wand for that. That's what I needed to do. I am rusty. I don't usually make those kinds of mistakes. Okay. Yeah. So, we'll do that, and then I think we'll go like this. No. No. Here's what we'll do. We'll go like that. So we can put more plaques and more awards up there. And then we won't do anything on the inside so that it's not too cluttered. People can still move around. Yeah, and then along the wall as well. Oh, nope. Don't want to do that. We'll go there. There. Nope, don't want to do that. Okay. What do I want to do with that? Because all off center. This side, like if we're looking down the center, this side is 1 block wider than this side. So if I tried to move it all in 1 block, that might work. I would need to go from here, abouts, to... I'd need to move all 3 of these layers in one, right? Okay. Or no. No. Wait. See? This is why this is really annoying to deal with. Okay, so you're even through here. You're following the pattern all the way until here. Okay. Is that 1 block closer? Is that better? That's 3. That's 2 now. Oh, well, yeah, but I can move the other stuff in 1 block. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, okay. Did I just fix that? I mean, I gotta really rework this whole thing here. Yeah, okay, I gotta rework the back section here. So yeah, we're gonna do this before we go and deal with that room. There we go. Oh, I love carpenter's blocks so much. They're so useful. Okay. So now I'm gonna go like that. Oh yeah, that's... Yeah, I can't see my hand because I've got the jetpack on. Okay. And then I make you 1 block wider. I did move that the right direction, right? I'm gonna follow you through just to make sure. Yes, okay, okay. Okay, that's center now. Yeah, good. Good. I have a lot of reworking to do here at the base. And then you need to match up here. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I fixed you. And I gotta deal with the floor pattern, that's fine. But I think I fixed that part of the room. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now we just gotta worry about this stuff. Alright. Just rework it. Just rework it. Literally just blocks in a game. Let's rework it. Yep, that's where I went wrong. That's 3. That's 2. Okay. There we go. See? We found out exactly where I went wrong. That's good. That is good. Okay. We're gonna go there. And there. And, nope. And there. Good thing I still got you. Okay. That's good. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's a bit wonky. But that is now even? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Four. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll just widen this stuff by 1 block. Okay, yeah, that's not a problem. Not a problem. Delete all of you. Now move you out 1 block. That room's fine. Mostly. Because it's, you know, it's the center room. It's gonna be the least messed up room. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then I can widen you. Oh, look at this. Nope, we only wanted 1. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then we want you, and we want you. Oh, okay, that looks so much better. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to look that much better, but it really does look better. Okay. Okay. Okay, that shouldn't have bothered me. It shouldn't have bothered me. Off one block, who cares? I care. I care. Now I have to do that for that section, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I want to get the basic layout for the floor first, and then we'll move it over there. Oh, that's nice. That's a lot nicer. Okay. Okay. Good. So now we'll go back. And we'll fix this room. Okay. Nice. No. Just go like that. It'll just be really tall, thin hallway doors. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And so what I like to do here is I like to add a little bit of texture to the wall. It's a repetitive texture, yes, but it just adds that little bit of extra depth to it. I really enjoy it. And don't take this as I'm a professional builder. I'm not. I'm no Mumbo. Oh, well, Mumbo's more of a redstone guy, but you know what I'm saying. No Mumbo. I'm no why am I Grian? How did I forget his name? No Mumbo, I'm no Grian. I'm not a hermit. I'm not a hermit craft guy. I just, I have a passion for this stuff. That's about it. I am not the best out there. Okay, hopefully at least I'm making it seem interesting with the details I'm talking about. Although I have a sneaking suspicion talking about a wall that's needing to be rebuilt because it's uneven by one block isn't the most entertaining thing, but I guess we'll see. All right. Shoulder. It was a weird long day. Okay, so that's good. Now we're gonna come back to this room finally. Okay. So yes, now I can go ahead and put stuff here on the walls. I'll go 2 blocks in. That. No, we'll go like that. Yeah, every 2. Awesome. Look at that. We can put 4 there. We'll do the same back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is more or less my process for this stuff. More or less my process. It's trial and error. It's let's look at how it could look if we just change this one thing. And then eventually I agree with myself on something. Usually. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. The corners aren't even with each other like that, but they'll be reflectively even. Oh, actually, no, we can't do that over here, can we? No, we can't. So over here, we'll do bigger trophies like that. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit of a difference. I didn't think about that. I'm not upset about it. It works fine for me, but didn't think about that. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So for the overall room itself, I'm thinking I'm going to build it up 3 floors and then a wide slope roof, and it's not narrow like that one. It's wider like these. I'm going to do a wide slope roof up on both ends to sort of an A point at the top. Just to sort of balance it all out. So we'll see. Okay. So that's good. We'll put this will be a room where I can put trophies in. Okay. And the ceiling, do I want this one to be two floors high? Oh, here's what we'll do. The ceiling will have a circle. Yeah, we'll have a rounded hole in the ceiling so that on the second floor you can look down into this one here. Yeah. We'll do that. And then this one will be 2 floors tall. And then on this side and on this side, we will put the staircases up to that floor. There we go. Oh, that's nice. It's nice to have a little bit of a plan. Nice to have just a little bit of a plan. All right. We're dropping down again. There we go. Now that the legs are starting to hurt for no reason. Okay. Yeah, I gotta adjust the height of the camera next time, because I'm just squished down here in this corner. Okay. And we'll get that chat thing dealt with. While I'm thinking about what material I want the roof to be made out of, next time we stream, do you want, or I guess do I want, because I'm kind of the only one watching it at the moment, do I want to do more Minecraft next time I stream? Or do I want to do something entirely different? Do I want to do, like, I don't know, Civilization 5 or something? I don't have 6, but from what I've heard, 5 is still better than 6. So let's see. Do I want to do a Civ game and just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna play the United States and we're gonna have it's gonna be us on the United States map, and we're going to be going up against, I don't know, all native tribes or something. Do I want to do something like that? Something really, I mean, it's not edgy, but you know, it's comedically edgy if that makes sense. I want to do something like that and see if we can actually win. Because I'm okay. I am okay at Civilization. That is as far as I'll go to say that. Or do I want to, like, I want to do a game, like a walk, like a, what am I trying to say? Not a walkthrough, because I'm not, like, I guess it's a walkthrough. I don't know. I'm not giving instructions on how to play a game. And it's definitely something I don't want to do. What am I? What am I thinking? Sorry, it's been a very long day. I don't know. I did just replay Assassin's Creed Origins, and that was mostly good, although I did notice more stuff about it this time around that it bothers me, but it's not, game-breaking stuff. Well, okay. It's not it's not ruined the game for me, is what I'm really trying to say there. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Where's just the actual marble? There we go. There it is. I'm gonna take you. For the ceilings, what I like to do is I like to have the ceilings be 1/2 of a block instead of a full block. Just so that it feels like there's a little tiny bit more space. Just the smallest bit of extra space up there. It's nice. The tiniest bit taller. We're gonna go concrete for the border of it. And I think we're just going to go gray concrete for the inlay, or the interior of the ceiling, not the inlay. I'm trying to be unnecessarily fancy with my terms. Okay. Just barely managed to hold back a yawn there. Didn't want to set it off for all of you. Okay. Sorry, for whatever reason, I'm really focused on building this this ceiling out. I have absolutely no idea why. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then what I like to do is I like my lights to start 1 block in from the ceiling, from the border of the ceiling. And then I try and make them as even as possible because it's just pleasing. We're gonna go like that. And then for here, like that. And that. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of a hiccup. And then that should be, yeah, that's center. Which means that is center. There we go. And then, ooh, yeah. We'll go like this. Or are we just gonna go like this? We might just go like that. Yeah, we're just gonna go like that. And then for the center section, go like that. Like that. Oh, nope. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah. Need to shave in the morning. Maybe after we're done tonight. Probably after we're done tonight. Okay, so that'll be the lighting scheme. I'll put in the lights in a moment, but now we're going to put in the trophy cases. And so thank you, Bibliocraft, the original bookshelf book placement mod. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go... I like spruce, because it's not as dark as dark oak, and it's not as light as regular oak. It's like regular oak, it's basic Minecraft. It is basic Minecraft, and you can make regular oak look good, but in this building, in fact, in most buildings I build, the color scheme is just not there for it. So yeah, we don't even want a tool rack or a bookcase. We want a case. That's what we want. That's what we're here for. Okay. And then yeah, okay. That works. There we go. There's still a fly somewhere in my room and it's bothering me. I saw it just out of the corner of my eye. It just went off somewhere. I don't know where it is. Been fighting that thing all week. Oh, there it is. It's on my monitor. I'll take care of it after we're done tonight, I guess. Got a lot of stuff to take care of. And then here. Oh, that's the other thing I gotta check on. I gotta go look at the library and see if that one chunk keeps unloading. Because it's really annoying. There's a chunk that just never stays constructed. It really gets me. Because it's a whole process having to go back and rework that whole section. Yeah. Yep, it happened again. It happened again. You see that section right there? That set of rooms right there? Yeah, doesn't want to stay constructed, which means on the inside, it also doesn't want to stay constructed. Something about that chunk doesn't want to be completely finished, and I don't understand it. I really don't. I've fought with that thing so much. Too much. It doesn't happen over here. It's literally that one building that keeps doing this. Just one building, and I don't know what to do about it. I really don't know what to do about it. Okay, yeah, I like this. I like this. That's good. That is good. Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that. Let's put in the lights. We're going to use neon glowstone, which I don't know why it's neon glowstone, but it is a smooth textured glowstone. Look at that. Look at that gradient smoothness. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, what's the code for it? 744. Okay. Back in 1.7.10, you couldn't just put in the name of the Minecraft block. You can just go Minecraft : whatever. You had to use the number. Like, that's the version of World Edit we're dealing with right now. And they also hadn't restructured the numbers system in Minecraft to be more representative of the actual block placement for like block ID systems and stuff. So we're stuck with this. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, okay, yeah, that room works. How does it look at night? Yeah, that'll be enough light. That'll be enough light. That works. And then yeah, okay, back to noon. Good. Good. I have honestly been avoiding continuing working on the actual college town section of this because 95% of it is going to be just houses. It's houses and apartment buildings. That's what it's going to be. That's what it is so far. This all, well, okay, that's a parking structure, but these are all apartment buildings. Anything here, there's apartment spaces in almost all of them. Almost all of them. If not apartments, they're just like townhouses. And then, you know, a little suburban section, beachfront. Oh yeah, that's like, this is the only beach I've made so far. I'm probably gonna have a beach here. Oh no, not here. Farther north in North End. That's what it is, North End. So yeah, Midtown, Narrows, Downtown, and then this island down here. Not the greatest name because it's kind of associated with something else now, but it is and has always, well, almost always been called Sandy Hook Island. But I need to find a new name for that because that's not. I mean, it's very on brand for Gotham, but I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to keep calling it Sandy Hook Island. So we'll see. We will see. Then over here we got the Palisades. This section here with Wayne Manor. This whole long ass piece here. And there's a long piece over here that I just haven't touched because it doesn't exist on every map of Gotham. It only exists on a few. And then again, not all of this stuff there we go. Not all this stuff exists on every map of Gotham. It's just the most ubiquitous version of the map. Or the most cohesive version of the map that we're going with. Let me tell you, these roads were something else to have to put together, man. These roads were really not having it. They were not having a good time. I was not having a good time working on these roads. Especially the angles. I hated it. I hated it. It was terrible. But all of them exist. And all of them, every single intersection is a four-way stop. Every single one of them. Because this is a city. This is a city, and we're going to make it as painful on you as possible. Nah. I mean, I'm probably going to go back at some point and rework a little bit of the road structure. So, oh yeah, this section here, you only have to make stops on the shorter ends. This whole long end is going to be one, or we're going to split it into two, or something like that. But, you know, I just needed to complete it. And while I was working on the roads, I watched the entire series of Smallville. Working on the roads and then working on the library. And that's basically how I spent all my time. Yeah, I spent a lot of time. I was working on a lot of other projects, but I just needed, I needed to take regular breaks because at a certain point you just plateau in the amount of effort you can put into a video. So that's just how it is. All right. We're good on you for now. Oh yeah, let's design these rooms. These rooms, we're going to go with a wood finish. Which means we're going to go with spruce, because dark oak is reserved for... Actually, no, dark oak would work. I was going to say dark oak is reserved for, like, super hilariously expensive homes, like Wayne Manor. But this is a university, so it works. It works. As long as, we have a good color to bounce it off of, it'll work fine. The floor, I don't usually use granite in really anything in this game, but I gotta say I'm not I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. It's a little ugly, but you know, collegiate Gothic, man. College buildings don't really have the best floors in all of their buildings anyway, especially some of the older ones. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. What walls do we want? Do we want a light gray? No. Do we want a white stained clay? Or terracotta for you newer players? Yeah, that works. That works. Yeah, we'll go with that. It doesn't match with all of the stonework for the rest of this building, but that's fine. These are literally just stairwells, so they don't need to be the same sort of look. You know what? Let's move away from the ambient playlist. Let's go... Do I want to go chill step? Stream Beats, by the way. Check them out. I mean, you probably know them already. They're massive. I want chiptune. Okay, that's not the energy of anything I do. How about you? Okay, yeah, I could go with this. I could go with this. We'll go hi-fi. Been a minute. We'll go hi-fi. Ooh, that reminds me. I gotta send out some stuff. That's cryptic. I gotta send out some stuff tonight after the stream. Some questions to ask some people. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go with you. I have generally moved away from using carpenter's stairs for the windowsills because they just get so annoying to have to go in and fill all of them. But it works for this room. I'll go with it. There's a few rooms that I keep doing it in, so this one will work. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Then the ceiling, we're going to go the same white concrete, gray concrete ceiling, just for ubiquity. I'll figure out where the stairs go in a moment. Yeah, I'll put a light there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put a light there. The corners are always annoying to light, so we'll do that. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's plenty of light. Okay, and then while we're down here, all these bricks are bricks I use rather often. Like, the only ones I'll change out are these, and then this is the only ones I'll change. In fact, that should be a slab. So really, it's just these three that I'll change out for project purposes. Actually, no, those two, because that one needs to stay. Burnt quartz cover is my answer to television design. And look at that. There's your TV. There's your TV. It's that simple. All right. And then for the inlet, for the little depth bit, I usually go 1 block in from the corners. If the corners are facing inward, 1 block in from the corners. If the corners are facing outward, then right next, like here. If there was another block here, I would go here and here. I'm gonna. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Like that'll stay like that. This one will have to go back here. But that's basically what I'd go with. And then for even spaces, I'll just fill out a 2 wide section like that. It looks good. It takes a lot more time. And in survival too, because I do this in survival as well. In survival, too many resources. Way too many resources, but I can't pass up the opportunity to just make an obtusely nice looking building in a survival world. Yeah. And this really does sort of copy the wood paneling has a bad name today, but like original wood paneling sort of designs. Like there's a bit of depth to them. They're not garbage looking. Sort of like how original wallpaper designs actually were trying to be elegant in some way, shape, or form. Victorian stuff is just what it is. Gotham City is Gothic. That's kind of in the name. So, lots of Victorian inspiration, lots of Edwardian inspiration, lots of Art Deco inspiration. Just how it is. I recently went ahead and saw design documents from, he was a French architect. Oh, what was his name? What was his name? He made like some, there we go. The impossible megastructures of Etienne Louis Boulier. I think that's how you pronounce it. Etienne Louis Boulier. I don't know. It's French. I can't pronounce French words. French people can't pronounce French words. Anyway, it's really, really cool stuff. I'm probably gonna put some of it in the Gotham map somewhere. Really good looking stuff. I'm logged into the CN Games account right now, so I can't look through my watch list. Okay, that works. Now, where are the stairs gonna go? And how wide are the stairs gonna be? So it's a 3 wide doorway. What if we started here? Would we have to? Yes, we would. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. Works for me pretty well. Yeah, we'll do that. And I'll build out the cooler parts of the staircase, like the sides of it, so it doesn't look like it's just freestanding, like it looks like it could support itself. And the way I tend to do that, I basically just offset it by 1 block in terms of height. I will offset the height by just 1 block, and it works pretty well. Yeah. And I can't do it for this because then it'll just merge. And then like walking on the thing, it gets really weird. Go up. Okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, that changes the lighting scheme a bit, but we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Okay. We go like that. Because we will do one. We will do a layer that's actually like a floor here. I always double wide my floors so that I can have a nice, so that I don't have to worry about, ooh, well, this material wouldn't look good as a floor if it's the no, not dealing with that. Always double wide your floors. Always double wide your floors at a minimum. If you want to really get fancy, put in like redstone lighting to your rooms where you have a lever that you can flip, and triple wide your floors. Do it that way. You can get really fancy with that. I don't do it because, you know, I enjoy having time to do things, but you could do that. Double wide your floors. Try it out. Try it out sometime. It looks nice. It looks nice. And what I always do is I'll always put the ceiling block, if I'm doing stairs, the ceiling block will be only the one block necessary for me to travel down. And then the floor block for the next one up, say that's the floor block, will curve in like that on it. So it adds actually one more block worth of depth to build on that floor, while also not cramping you in and making you feel like you're having trouble walking down. Because like that looks a little too that's a little too abrupt. That is a nicer transition right there. At least in my head it is. I'm not... I say these things like I'm a professional. I am not a professional. I have been to part of architecture school, but I am not an architect. Okay, yes, I did put that block there, just to make sure. And I have also flip-flopped on, do I want this one extra block of depth, or do I want one more block of room that I can place things? I have flip-flopped on it a lot, and it's entirely dependent on which building I'm working on. Realistically, I could even have done something like that and have that whole pillar be yet another block of space, but I decided to go with this for the build, so we're going with this. It's just how it is. And it's a stairwell. I don't need a ton of space to build. I just need enough for the stairwell. That's all I need. All the space I need. So we are going to lay out the border of the ceiling first so that I can line up where the staircase needs to be. And it goes like this, and then these go like that, right? Yes. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of space. I want you. I want you. Actually, all I know is that I want those, and that that one works. What about over here? Okay, okay. That was my concern. Is this that one? Okay. That works. And then how many blocks in do we start down here? We start center, well, right of center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 6 are the actual staircases. 1, 2, 3, 4. You 2. Right? 1, 2. Yeah, okay. It's always nice to double check, because you could get an entire building that's offset by 1 block. Speaking of which, is that off by 1? It's supposed to be 1 block further in? Alright, what did I do wrong here? Something. Ah, that's what. That's what. Yes, that is exactly what. Right? 2, 1. Why? Okay, yeah, why? Huh. Huh. Oh, I know why. I know why. Okay. That one doesn't pull in. This one pulls in. See? That's why. Okay, it's not. It's how it is, and it's mirrored on that side, and it has to be, because the courtyard out here goes like that. It doesn't bow in by 1. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I solved the issue myself. Yay, look at me. Professional. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. This is basically what it is. I'm very quiet, and then I confirm a thing, then I just continue to be quiet for a long time. Basically how it works. But, you know, it keeps me motivated to be working on the thing if I am making content while doing it. Not that people are going to see the content, but it is content. It is exactly how it works. Okay. Yeah, cool. Cool. And then this is the landing floor for, like, another floor if we choose to. Well, I mean, we will need to, but, like, depending on the material, we're good there. And I just remembered, this section is going to have a cutout starting from here. So I'm thinking... There's the fly again. You going with an oval? Nah, I'm gonna bring it in by one. Two, three, four. 1, 2. Okay, what is it this time? What is it this time? 3 on that side. 2 on this. What? What? You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding. This, no. Wait. Oh, please. Please have this be the problem. I think that was the problem. Oh, that's right, can't do that. Yes, there we go. That was the problem. Good. Now that works wonderfully. Okay, crisis? Question mark? Averted. That's as close as we're going to be able to get with the way it's all laid out. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work fine. That will work fine. I'll have a big chandelier coming down the center. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay. We're gonna go like that with the lights, I think. Yeah, that'll work fine. Or like this. I like to avoid 2x2 lighting spaces if I can, because it's just obtuse. It's way too much. Wonderful. Wonderful. I think we're getting stuff done today. Ooh, we need light back here. I can't... Could I build one into the floor? I mean, it does... It is a thing that exists. Floor lighting. I mean, it's worth a shot. I need light back here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, might as well. Might as well. Not a massive problem. Yeah, works. Works fine. It does still look like it's freestanding a little bit, but, you know, it also looks like it's connected to the wall there, so we'll go with it. You can only do so much before it becomes just an absolute unit worth of used up space. It's fine. Yeah, not a problem. Lighting will look a little weird from the top, but you know, people aren't. This is a transitional space, which is to say you move from one space to another space through this space. This isn't a space in and of itself. This isn't somewhere you really just hang out. Like, this is both its own space because of really just its sheer size, and a transitional space, but being its own space, it has to feel like its own space. These stairwells and hallways, they need to feel forgettable. Stairwells and hallways generally need to feel forgettable so that you just get, like, it just feels like you're from one place to the next without really thinking of how you got there. Most people, if you think about it, you can remember the way a certain hallway looks, somewhere you say it's at your job or I don't know, where else? Like, hallways, even hallways in homes aren't like hallways. Because in homes, you will put, you know, family pictures or, you know, little knickknacks or something that has personal value in your hallways because you like to fill your house with that kind of stuff. But just thinking for public spaces, really, this is kind of a rule, if I'm remembering correctly. Again, it has been quite a while. Okay. 11:11. Wow. We've already been going on for a while, and we have barely... Well, actually, we did a lot. We fixed that mess, which I'll have to do over there. We got some stairwells taken care of. We figured out what we're doing with this room. Okay. That will be... Yeah, this will be a skylight. I'll do... Not a skylight. A chandelier will go there and over there. I don't know. Administrative buildings at universities need to be immaculate in their external design, and they need to be opulent on the interior, because this is the stuff that, you know, visitors will see. This is the stuff families will see. You know, if they're coming to tour campus, this is what returning alumni will see. This is what potential students will see. One of the things that they'll see, just this kind of stuff. Oh, I do actually want to show you the interior of this, because I basically decided, you know what? Let's make it like a Gothic church. Like the interior of a massive basilica, like a Gothic basilica, not an actual like Greek basilican design, but there we go. Well, sorry, Roman, not Greek. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm trying to say here. Massive, just hall. This whole space, absolutely massive. Then up here, this is actually a balcony space to look down into this massive chamber. This is an event hall. This is an event hall for things. It took me so long to design this, man. Ugh. Way longer than it should have, but I love it. It looks, it looks like a cross between a cathedral and a basilica. And that's kind of the idea. Massive doors really help too. The fact that it's 3 floors tall. Well, yeah, 3 floors tall. That's nice. It's pretty nice. It's pretty helpful. Okay. This is the foyer, or the foyer, however you want to pronounce it. It's a foyer because it's fancy. So we need to do something with this space, don't we? Yes. the Gotham. Oh, I'm forgetting, what was the college team? What's Gotham State University, DCAU, because that's where the name came from, because it's usually just Gotham University. Okay, so the Gotham Knights is the Gotham City team, but there's a different team for the school. A different team for the school. What's the school? What's the school's team? Come on. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have the college team be the Gotham City Rogues, or the Gotham State University. Yeah, the Gotham State Rogues, because the Rogues were the team in the Dark Knight trilogy, specifically Dark Knight Rises, and that's the only time their name is mentioned. So yeah, that's what we're going with. And oh well, See, okay, this is a bit of a problem for me. In the DCEU, Cyborg, Vic Stone, played for the Gotham City Wildcats. First of all, that's the team name for my school. And I don't want that to be the team name for Gotham. I appreciate the school I'm at, but I don't want that. So that's fun. I'm not doing that one. Okay, and I guess in modern Batman comics, the Gotham Knights are also the team. Although I don't know if it's the college team or the city team, the major league team. Oh, there we go. A wiki page just on Gotham City. How many times have I visited this, and why am I visiting it for football? Ah. I need to know what it is. Like, I need to know what the official thing is so that I can write a note down, and then later, when I have to design the stadium, I can remember to put in the proper colors and, like, the name and the whole thing. Sports teams. Here we go. We got a lot of teams. Gotham has a wide variety of sports teams, like their baseball teams, the Gotham Knights and the Gotham Griffins. Their basketball teams, the Gotham Guardsmen. Their football team, the Gotham Wildcats. No. And the hockey team, the Gotham Blades. Okay. The Gotham Knights baseball team colors are black and gold like the Knights football team. The Griffins team colors are dark green and white. In Dark Knight Rises, yeah, okay, I know that. Pittsburgh Steelers, whole deal. Yes, in 2004's The Batman, the Gotham Gators. I'm totally putting in the Gotham Gators. Are you kidding me? Has nothing to do with Gotham City, but it's Gotham Gators. Okay. Okay, well, there's a lot of team names to pick from. I don't want the Wildcats. I don't want it to be the Wildcats. Okay, so the Rogues will be the college team. The Rogues will be the college team, and the Gotham Knights will be the Major League team. That's how it'll be. That's my ruling on the subject, and it's my map, so, you know, build your own. Actually, no, Mojang did. Mojang did build their own. That's something I haven't spoken about. Mojang built a Batman map, and I'm upset. I'm very upset. One, because it's Bedrock, which means I have to pay for it, and that's stupid. But two, because I have spent 3 years on this. I've spent 3 years. You know what? I'm switching to camera. I'm switching to full cam. Okay, I'm switching to full cam. I have spent 3 or 4 years. Oh dear Lord. Oh no, how many years have I spent on this? Where's the Planet Minecraft page? Where is it? Gotham City. I have spent 4 years. December 21st, 2018. So we're coming up on 4 years. I've spent actually that was late. I posted the map later than I had actually started working on it. Yeah, so 4 years. I spent 4 years on this map. Obviously, I haven't been able to dedicate a ton of time to it all of the time, and I don't have an entire team of builders. But I have spent 4 years. I've spent 4 years on this, and here we are. They went ahead and just threw one out there. They have not been working for it for 4 years. I know this. They didn't really create DLC for a long time. Certainly not 2018. When was the Minecraft Star Wars DLC? Like 20 or 21? Point is, I'm upset because they beat me to it. And I have to see what this map I need to know what this map looks like just to see how detailed it is. It looks pretty detailed. Is it 1-to-1 scale? Is it 1-to-1 scale? Is it the entirety of Gotham? Because if you look at some of the promotional stuff, one of the pictures on the Bat computer is a map of Gotham City, the map that I built my thing based off of. But is it the entire map? Because we didn't get to see an overview of the entire map. We got, you know, a few cool things here and there. I hope it's not... Honestly, I hope it isn't the entire map. I do not want it to be the entire map. I do not want anyone else to have the privilege of having built the entire Gotham City map. I don't want that. I have spent way too much time on this. I don't want anyone to take that from me. Are you kidding me? But if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Mojang. Because they can just they can literally just pay people to do nothing but build a a Gotham City map. They can just do that. I don't want that. I don't want them to do that. That's my thing. It's literally my thing. So it really pisses me off. But whatever they do, mine's going to be more detailed. Mine's going to be 1-to-1 scale. And mine's going to actually give a damn about the lore, okay? I'm going to give a damn about the lore. I'm not just going to be like, ooh, look, Gotham City. Here's, oh, look, clickbait thing. Nah. I'm actually paying attention to the lore. I have a plan for this one. Yeah, I'm not dealing with all this. And you know what? It's for Bedrock. Bedrock players don't have mods. They get skins and they get cool releases from Mojang. They don't have mods like we do here on Java, so I get why they did it. I'm not upset that they have stuff like that, obviously. I get that, you know, Bedrock players want to have cool stuff too. They shouldn't be left out just because they don't have Java. There's a lot of benefits to Bedrock, you know, cross-platform. That's massive. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. Cross-platform Minecraft is really cool. It's really cool stuff. But it really, I was talking with my parents the other day, and I told my dad, hey, guess what Mojang just did? Guess what they just did? He's like, wait, what did they do? So I sent him the picture, and he's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. It was heartbreaking. It was absolutely heartbreaking. But here we are. Here we are. Anyway, let's get back to it. We're going to go for about like a half hour longer. It has been a very long day, and next time I stream, I need to stream earlier in the day. Next time I stream, we might not stream Minecraft. We might do something else. Spider-Man Miles Morales is showing up on PC here within the next week or so. I think it's actually a week away. When is it? When is it? Let me see. Or is it already out? Is it already out? Spider-Man Miles Morales. Is it already out? No. Okay, 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks. Yeah, we have exactly 2 weeks, and then it comes out. So I'm definitely going to be streaming that, because I had a lot of fun playing Marvel's Spider-Man. I had so much fun playing that. Like, I had seen the walkthrough years ago, but it was on PlayStation, and I am a PC guy. I'm not going to buy a console game just because I think it looks cool, because that means, you know, owning and operating a console, which is another $400 to $600 down the drain. Yeah, but yeah, objectively, yeah, the Spider-Man game is a very well-made game. The story is very cohesive. It's very enthralling. Like, there's a lot of great stuff with that. It was eventually going to come to PC one way or another, either legally or illegally, and I was just going to wait for it then. So yeah, I'm glad that Sony PlayStation is going ahead and saying, you know what? The PC market is bigger than us. We want people to play our games, and our console doesn't have any games for it. Granted, the Xbox, I don't care what the new Xbox is called. The new Xbox also doesn't have games for it. These consoles don't have games for them. They have ports, but they don't have games. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Miles Morales. We'll definitely stream Miles Morales. Totally gonna stream Miles Morales. From what I have heard, though, so I haven't actually watched the walkthrough for that one. I haven't seen like the full gameplay for Miles Morales. I have seen the prologue mission sort of stuff, and that's about it. So that should be fun. But from what I have heard, it is a shorter game, which isn't the end of the world. As long as they have it packed with enough stuff and the story's good, I don't really care how long the game is. But, you know, shorter games, I'm generally a completionist with games. Like, I won't 100% every single possible, like, combat encounter. You can get X number of more points towards a thing, but I will finish the thing, and I will go ahead and collect all the collectibles and go and try, especially for the Spider-Man games, try and collect every single suit variant or whatever. I'll do that stuff. Another thing I do, I'm just talking now. I'm not even focused on playing Minecraft, but another thing that I really do like about excuse me. I do think we're done with Minecraft for the for the night. I'm very tired, and I'm gonna be going to bed when we're done here. So let's just talk. Honestly, let's just talk. We're good. We're good. Let's just talk. One of the other things I really do like about the way that they've chosen to deal with pre-orders for the Spider-Man games is that pre-ordering doesn't mean you're not going to get something that everyone else can't get. It's not a pay-to-win sort of thing. It's not like oh, you pre-order now, you get the first battle pass included. We'll give if you buy the season pass, you can get every single battle pass. No, none of that BS. None of that BS. I like a good battle royale, just like the next guy, but nah, I'm not dealing with this battle pass stuff. Nah. Nah, I'm only there to mess around with my friends. That's it. I could not care about being good at your games. But I really like what the Spider-Man games have been doing with it. It's, hey, look, you will get early access to these suits. These suits that you can still get just by playing the game. It'll take longer. You'll have to, actually work for them. But you can still get them. Or you can get them early. And they're generally really cool looking costumes as well. For the Miles Morales one, it's the Spider-Verse suit and the black, red, and white suit. I'm forgetting what it's called, but it does look pretty cool. It is a really stylish suit, and that's what I expect is Miles Morales. It's a very stylish suit, and they did that with the first game as well. I think they had Spider UK, and then what was the other one? They had Spider UK, and was it the Spider-Verse one for that as well? Was it also the Spider-Verse suit? It may have also been the Spider-Verse suit. But it's really, really well done stuff. Really well done stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's not what you expect from a AAA developer, Insomniac isn't really doing something that AAA developers tend to do, and I don't know the overall history of how Insomniac tends to treat their audience or anything about game dev or any of that stuff for Insomniac. But what I do know is, as a consumer, they are treating the consumer very differently than almost any other AAA developer will do, which is nice. Another open world superhero related game that exists that I should probably pick up, especially if I'm going to put more time into this channel. I should probably pick it up, but I haven't been excited for since the first trailer was released. Or I guess really since the second trailer was released, because the first one did a good job of getting you hooked. But since the second trailer was released, Gotham Knights. I mean, it's topical. It's very topical. This is we stan Batman here. We stan Batman media. We stan good Batman media. We stan pre New 52 Batman media, and we also stan most of the New 52 Batman media, because that was like one of the few New 52 series that consistently had amazing storylines and actually well constructed, well thought out stuff that was going on there. Of course, the Jim Gordon Batman stuff was controversial, but I think it was handled well. I don't necessarily, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it wasn't, It's I was gonna say something a little. Oof. It's no All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder, okay? It is no All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder. The acronym for which is hilariously stupid. Yeah, it's no it's not the greatest thing out there, but it's certainly no All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder, which is a good thing. You don't want to be All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder. That's the last thing you should ever want to be, because it's the worst on every level. Every single level, it's just the worst. Except for the art, because it's Jim Lee, and Jim Lee just knows how to draw really, really captivating superhero stuff. But the story's absolute garbage. It shouldn't exist. For so many reasons, it should not exist. But yeah, Super Heavy isn't... yeah, that's what it was. Batman Super Heavy. Yeah, that was the Jim Gordon run. Super Heavy isn't bad, but it's certainly not Court of Owls. Or okay, City of Owls wasn't as good as Court of Owls. City of Owls sort of fell apart a little bit. But it's no Court of Owls. It's no Batman Eternal. It's no Zero Year. I recently picked up the Zero Year graphic novel, actually, because they had the whole thing put together. I picked it up. Actually recent, as in like September, I think. Yeah. September, was it? No, it was earlier than that. It was April. Yeah, I picked it up in April. When I was filming the I-72 serial killer stuff. That's when I picked it up. Yeah. That was a fun project, man. I gotta use some of my free time this upcoming break to just go and film some locations, get some more ideas for content. I'm so burnt out on this Batman video, these two Batman videos that was supposed to be one video, and then I realized, oh, it's already 3 hours. It's gonna be 2 videos. Uh-oh, it's not rendering. Yeah, I'm so burnt out on this. It's not funny. It's really not funny. I am so done. I am so done with this pair of videos. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I literally can't do it. It simply will not render. It simply will not render the footage. It's just not doing it. So I literally can't. Unless I want to restructure it so that I film individually, or I render individually each and every single episode. But that's not going to work either, because it's going to run into the same problem. I don't know. Maybe one day I will go ahead and release individual reviews for every single episode, because it doesn't want to work as a project. Maybe I will one day release 87 if I count the 2 movies, 87 reviews for Batman the Animated Series. Not even counting the new Batman Adventures from 1997. We're not counting the relaunch. We're just doing the 3 original seasons and the 2 movies. One of them was supposed to come out with the original and then got pushed back till after Justice League came out. Just because of development schedules and, Warner Brothers being Warner Brothers. I'm sorry, that's all a whole lot more detail than than I needed to talk about for this. What was the topic again? Other games to play. Yes, other games to play. So, Assassin's Creed Mirage looks like they're probably going to be actually respectful to the Assassin's Creed series this time around. That's literally after after seeing one trailer and a lot of discussion surrounding one trailer and reading up on press releases regarding the one trailer. My prayer is that they are respectful to the Assassin's Creed series, because Valhalla was absolute garbage and Assassin's Creed Odyssey isn't an Assassin's Creed game. It's not an Assassin's Creed game. It took place before Origins, where you said the Assassin's Creed games the Brotherhood started. Do not call Assassin's Creed Odyssey Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Call it Odyssey. Just make a Greek myth game. Just make a Greek myth game. That's fine. Like Ubisoft is working on their Pirates game, which I don't think is going to be great. I don't think it's supposed to be set in the golden age of piracy. And there's a few things in the trailer that I'm like, wait, what? Oh, okay, hold on. Golden age of piracy, assumedly the Atlantic Ocean, because that's where the golden age of piracy took place. Yes, there's a few cases here and there of East Asian golden age of piracy stories, specifically around, India and China. There's a few stories there, but no, the golden age of piracy. What are you talking about? You're talking about the Atlantic. You're talking about the New World. You're talking about the Caribbean mostly. You're talking about the Caribbean mostly, and once or twice you're talking about North America in terms of the golden age of piracy. We covered it pretty well in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but you want to make an entire pirate game? Go for it. You have amazing ship physics. You have the best ship physics out there. There isn't a better ship physics for a video game out there. And some people will look towards other pirate games that exist. Honestly, it's not even close in terms of the way that the game operates and how it makes you feel. And generally speaking, in media, I don't give a damn about how the media makes you feel as long as it's well written. Because if it's well written, then it should convey the feelings it's attempting to convey without having to tell you this is what we want you to feel. No, you should be able to convey that without saying that. Like, for whether or not you think that the most recent Bond film, No Time to Die, whether or not you think it's a good story, which there's arguments to both. I don't think it's as bad as Quantum of Solace, that's for sure. But it's certainly no Casino Royale. Whether or not you think it's the greatest story out there, whether or not it's the most cohesive Bond movie, it extremely effectively conveys what you're supposed to feel about this without telling you this is how you need to feel. It's extremely effective at that. So I don't care how you're supposed to feel about a game as long as it is good. That means well written. That mean, and honestly, for gaming, that's the only one that I will accept. Okay, I don't care how you feel about it, but if you do feel this way, okay, cool. Hopefully what you feel is you feel immersed. Hopefully you feel immersed in the game, because that's what a good game is. You're supposed to be immersed in the story and the world. That's how it should work. If you're feeling anything, you should feel immersed in a video game, because that's kind of the point of a video game, is to actively interact with these fantasy worlds, separate to a book or a movie or a TV show or a play. A play sort of borderline immersion sort of stuff. If it's got audience interaction and stuff, you're sort of bordering on it, but it's not the same thing. A good game gets you immersed in the game. That's how it is. That's why Dungeons and Dragons has worked for so long. That's why Pathfinder, which is done D&D 3.75. That's why just generally tabletop role-playing games work so well. That's why video games have been such a pervasive and powerful marketplace, and it continues to grow, is because you aren't just watching a movie. You aren't just enthralled by a TV show. You are part. The fly isn't leaving me alone. This is fun. This is going to be a compilation, isn't it? You aren't just watching something passively and really focusing on that thing passively. You are actively interacting with it. So yes, you should feel something with games. You should feel immersed. And if you don't feel immersed, then it's not doing a good job. If you don't feel immersed, then the game isn't doing a good job of conveying the world that it's supposed to be in. Now, separately from that, whether or not you're immersed, you should, be able to objectively determine, oh, this story isn't good. Why isn't it good? A variety of reasons. Origins is just not a good story for a variety of reasons. For one, it is an RPG. It's not a story-driven game. It is an RPG. You get to completely change the story based off of your actions. That isn't how Assassin's Creed works. In universe, that's not how Assassin's Creed works. In universe, you are in an animus, which means you are looking back through history. Genetic history, it's supposed to be your own genetic history, or you're supposed to have enough genetic material from a person to look into their genetic history, and even then, it's not a perfect science. Look at anything before Assassin's Creed Origins. So Layla is already an annoying character because she basically said, "Oh, Abstergo's not going to let me into the Animus project. All right, I'm going to just build one. I'm not going to tell you how I built one. I'm not going to tell you where I got the design documents for it. I'm not going to tell you whether or not I stole the designs or I just made them myself. But guess what? I probably just made it myself. And it's better than yours, even though you have an entire team of people who have been doing this for for decades at this point, and we have like recorded history in the universe of how long it has taken to perfect the Animus project, and even then it is not a perfect system, but we're just gonna let it happen. We're just gonna be like, no, she just built it and it's better than anyone else's. We're not gonna tell you why it is, we're not gonna tell you how, but it is. So she's already a BS character. She's not a character, she's a plot device. She's a walking, talking plot device. There's another name for it. There's another name for it. Ooh, there's another name for what she is. And it's not a bad word, but the internet thinks it's a bad word. There's another name for what she is. And she is deliberately written that way because they need her to be. Ubisoft needs a strong protagonist, a strong modern day protagonist, because between Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed Origins, every game in that interim, so 4, Rogue, Unity, what was the Victorian one called? Syndicate, as well as oh, come on. Why am I forgetting it? Oh, this one was so good too. This one was great. It was the companion piece to Assassin's Creed 4. It's Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. It was a good game. It was a short game because it was a DLC, but it was a good game. Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, and Assassin's Creed. Oh, come on, what is it? It's the companion piece to 3, Liberation. Yeah. So, since Assassin's Creed 3 ended, so Liberation, Black Flag, Freedom Cry, Unity, Syndicate, the DLCs for them as well. 5 Assassin's Creed games where you did not have a protagonist. You had a You had a voice, not even a voice. You had just essentially a drone you were playing, or you were a person experiencing these games on a console, but you were the person playing them. So like you were the you were the modern day protagonist. But you were seeing the real events, not the game events. But how does that work? Because a video game requires you to program things. So how are you able to... So if Abstergo is selling you a fake bill, a false bill of goods, how? Because you can't fake genetic memory. It happened one way in history, so you can't then go and say, but it didn't actually, because we're going to show you a different thing instead. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And the modern day story for Assassin's Creed Origins, not great. Not great. Don't worry, she can do anything. She can do anything she needs to because she can, not because she has all of the necessary skills, not because we actually have any trust in this character in any way, shape, or form, not because they explain to us why and how she can do things. Oh, but it shows in the emails. Okay, if you have to go and scour through documentation in-game to go and find the answer to, oh, why can this character do a thing? Then they're not telling you a story well. You can do that to build an overarching sort of story, like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations all gave you like little, 1, 2, and Brotherhood all gave you little tiny bits of, oh wow, okay, there's something going on here. What's this thing I'm uncovering? Just in the background of the regular stuff you were doing. You can do that. But if we're supposed to care about a character like Layla Hassan or like Bashim, who's the new guy, we're supposed to care about these characters. What we need to know why we should care about these characters. We need a cohesive, not necessarily a Bible-length story of, okay, this is the character. You don't need that. You don't need an 80-year comic book history of a character, no. But you need a cohesive understanding of the character, and they should follow the rules of the universe that they're in. And in Assassin's Creed, you can go back and watch historical events through genetic memory, because they took one scientific concept that exists but has very little actual study to it, and turned it into, okay, not only is memory passed down genetically, but also you can revisit this memory and you can see other historical time periods. Fine. If that's how it works in this universe, that's fine. But that means you can't make an RPG. You can't make an RPG because history isn't multiple choice. History has things that happened, and they happened a particular way, and people made certain decisions. Why? Because it already happened. So you can't go and then say, okay, well, you can play the male version of this character or the female version of this character. I'm sorry, only one of them did these things, though. Only one of the two did these things. So just choose one of the two, and we'll go with it. Choose one of the two, and we'll go with it. Okay. They said Cassandra was the actual main character of Assassin's Creed Origins. Sorry, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay, who's Cassandra? She was the daughter of a Spartan family. Okay, daughter of a Spartan family. All right, I'm on board. What does she do? Oh, she grew up to become this really badass mercenary. Okay. All right. I don't know if that fits entirely historically, but it's not it's not out of the realm of possibility that throughout all of human history, there were women in patriarchal cultures that happened to do these things. Okay. What else does she do? Oh, okay, so you're telling me she helped the Spartans because she would have to. She helped the Spartans in the Peloponnesian War. Okay, so right, okay. So she's on the side of the Spartans, the people who tried to kill her. She's on the side of the Spartans in the Peloponnesian Wars. And the Spartans do win the Peloponnesian Wars, but you can be on the side of the Athenians and win for the Athenians in terms of like the battle map sort of thing that they put in. Sure, you can entirely destroy history in every conceivable way. Why not? That's stupid. But I get what they were going for. They were going for, oh, you can participate on either side. And you can choose the side you want to win. Okay, but that's not how history works. That's not how history works. Okay, what's another thing? All right, well, yeah, she's the captain of a ship. Right. So she is the captain of a ship. How is she the captain of a ship? Oh, well, she commands respect. Do you know anything about the culture? Do you know anything about the culture you're trying to reflect? Clearly you do. Clearly you do. Someone on your team does because you got all the architecture correct. And the architecture, all architecture, is emblematic of the culture and the time period that it's a part of. So you got the architecture correct. You got Athens mostly correct. You really pushed the Greek sort of laissez-faire view of sexuality, which was not a universal thing in Greece. It was not even a publicly accepted thing in Greece. Read actual Greek documentation. It's fine if you want to represent, because there was a lot of it that happened in Greece, more so than other European cultures, more so than other cultures in that, more so than any other European or Mediterranean culture of the time, absolutely, but it's not a widely accepted thing to have happened. Even in Athens, it was, it wasn't homosexuality like we think of it today, where it's two adult men or two adult women. It was pederasty. It was pederasty. It was an adult man and a young boy. In fact, in the culture, as soon as that young boy started growing facial hair or started growing body hair, they were no longer considered desirable in that condition. So it's not just minors. It is prepubescent minors. And no, it was not outright sexual interaction. Absolutely not. That's not what it is. Again, look at the documentation, look at the cultural artifacts we have of this sort of thing. It wasn't that. It was adjacent. It was absolutely adjacent and equally detestable. Equally detestable. Can we all agree here? I know this is the weirdest tirade. This is a gaming channel. What am I doing? Weirdest tirade. Can we all agree pedophilia? Not good. Not good. Can we agree on that? That I'm not saying anything about I'm not saying anything about I don't know the whole acronym. I'm not saying anything about the community, but can we agree pedophilia not good? Yeah? Okay. Cool. We're literally 1 minute from 12 anyway, so this will be the closing thing. But that was part of the culture. It was part of the culture, but that's not something that was reflected in the game. Okay, I can understand why that wasn't reflected in the game, because there's only so far that an M rating will go. There's only so far you can push an M rating in a game. And you don't want to reflect genuinely detestable things like pedophilia or pederasty. I don't want that anywhere in any media, even for horrible, terrible people. I don't want that to be a reflection of even terrible characters and stories, because it is that detestable. It's so detestable you don't want it to be even portrayed as detestable, because you don't want to think about it. But they really overplayed, and I understand their reasoning behind it, but they still did overplay. Look at the historical documentation, the artifacts we have, the culture that we're talking about here. They overplayed the homosexuality of Athenian Greece. And it was particularly Athenian Greece. We have documents from other Greek city-states talking about how Athens in particular is notable for this thing. This is one of the things they're notable for. Even Spartans, where from the age of like 6 years old until well after they're adults, until like their 30s, from like 6 years old to 30, 35 maybe. So 29 years of life. It's men living together, doing life, like living together in almost every conceivable way. Even then, the Spartans have documented accounts of being like, oh wow, this is a very prevalent thing in Athens. Even the Spartans. And it's generally accepted that there was probably some sort of sexual tension among Spartan individuals, even though that's never ever discussed in actual historical documents or artifacts or anything we have of the period. It's just generally assumed, because of the Spartan regiment that we have documentation for, that okay, if this is how the boys are growing up and they're only growing up around each other and they don't have interactions with women outside of their mothers for their entire lives until like their mid-30s, it might be safe to assume a certain thing or another. Even then, the Spartans, the standard for, oh, well, this was totally a prevalent thing in this culture. The standard in Greece for prevalence in culture, even they remark on the Athenians as, oh, this was a thing that was particularly prevalent in Athens. And even then, it wasn't nearly as prevalent as it was portrayed in the games. Now, I get why they were doing it, and I'm not saying it ruins the game in any capacity. I get it. I get where you're going with. And if you look at the Greek epics and the Greek poems and stuff, the gods are horny. The Greek gods are horny. They don't care who they're horny for, but the Greek gods are horny. Okay? That's how it is. Zeus alone. Zeus alone. So I get what they're going with. It doesn't ruin anything in terms of, immersion for me. What ruins the immersion is that you are selling this as a, not only is it multiple choice, which isn't how history works. History isn't multiple choice. As much as you might want it to be, as much as a lot of people wish that there are certain parts of their own history that they could change, certain parts of their personal history that they could change, let alone their family history that they could change. I mean, just think about it. What about the descendants of slave owners? The descendants of slave owners who don't own slaves, who don't live on plantations, who don't even live in the South. But they are genealogically descendant of slave owners. Do you not think they would want to change that part of their history if they could? Of course they would, because no person in their right mind wants to be associated with a lot of bad stuff. But a lot of bad stuff in these games, a lot of bad stuff in these time periods are whitewashed or just generally diluted. And I'm not saying homosexual. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not here to make a moral judgment on what someone does. That is not what this live stream is about. But what I'm saying is there are many things about history in a game series that prides itself on historical accuracy. Look back at discussions surrounding the first Assassin's Creed game and why they decided to not put the crossbow into the game, even though it was in the trailer. They literally said, oh, we thought about it, and then we realized it would not be historically accurate to have a crossbow in this part of the world at this time period. So we decided not to put the crossbow into the game. Something as small as a crossbow, as small and generally as cool of a weapon as a crossbow. They're like, nope, we're not doing it. As cool as it would be, as awesome as we could make those mechanics, and they would have been really solid mechanics too, we're not going to put it into this game because it wouldn't have existed at this time in this place. In this time period, in this place in the world, it wouldn't have existed. And we want to be as historically accurate as we can in telling this piece of historical fiction. What happened? What happened? Where did the okay, that fly's still somewhere. Where did they go wrong? They cared so much about being as accurate as they can and as respectful as they can to each time period. And then what? What happened? I mean, for as poorly written as Assassin's Creed Syndicate is, and it is poorly written, absolutely. Syndicate, Unity, and Rogue, very poorly written games. I would not suggest you play them for their plot. I only play them because every so often I like to go back and replay all the Assassin's Creed games. Syndicate and Unity have wonderful world spaces where you can literally go through Victorian London, an almost one-to-one replica, or literally go through revolutionary Paris, almost a one-to-one replica. That's beautiful. The stories are garbage, but what happened? Even the lowest rated games in the series, up until Odyssey, the lowest rated games in the series, were true to the time period in terms of the types of weaponry you could have, the attire you had access to, just the verisimilitude. There we go. That's the term I'm looking for. The verisimilitude of the series. They cared about all that stuff. They wanted it to feel real. And you know what? In revolutionary France, there was a lot of sexual deviancy. We'll put it that way because that's the term they would have used, if not outright calling a lot of things sodomy because it was the 1700s. They would have, yes, and specifically in France. France in general has always been a very libertine, very progressive country since the revolution up until today. They have always been a much more progressive country than a lot of the rest of Europe has been, and certainly more so than the United States until recently. So, it made sense. There was a lot of that stuff in France, and okay, there's a lot of French historical figures that had these proclivities. So it makes sense. You're going to portray them accurately. But you're not looking to portray ancient Greece accurately in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You are looking to portray ancient Greece as if it were a Greek epic, as if it were a Greek poem. And if that's the case, then you're not making an Assassin's Creed game, because an Assassin's Creed game is a fantastical story that takes place in a historical time period, which means you need to abide by the rules of that time period. You can stretch things here and there. Okay, sure, they don't break their back, they don't shatter every bone in their body every time they do a leap of faith. Fine, I guess. It makes sense, it looks cool, it doesn't ruin anything about the world except for gravity, and only in one particular instance, and it's just, it's a mechanic that doesn't change anything else about the world. Okay. There's your exception to the rule. But you're not trying to portray a historical time period with Odyssey. You're not. So why is it an Assassin's Creed game? Every Assassin's Creed game, you should be trying to portray a historical time period. And Origins, the historical story, the story of Bayek, throughout Bayek, the last Magi of Siwa, and his interactions with Cleopatra, with Ptolemy, with Caesar. That stuff, very well done. Very well done. Even though I think his wife, Aya, played a much bigger role than she necessarily should have. Because there's so much stuff that just happens off screen that's like, oh yes, this is a thing that happened. She took care of it. Don't worry about it. She took care of it. Like, almost as if she was kind of a plot device. I feel like they just... actually, if I'm not mistaken, they did want to just make the Assassin's Creed game hers. She even ended up being Amunet, or however you want to pronounce it. Amunet. Who is referenced in Assassin's Creed 2 as one of the earliest assassins. Okay. We could have just played her. Now, it has come out recently, and within the last 6 months, that there was a lot of very genuinely terrible business practices at Ubisoft during the development of these last 3 games. Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Specifically around workplace conduct. Okay, I understand now why they didn't make Aya the main character. And it sucks that they didn't make Aya the main character of Origins, because I feel like that's probably the story you were trying to tell. Even though, if we're talking about history here, the historically accurate character to play would be Bayek. Would be. So we did get the historically accurate character, but we didn't get the character that they wanted to write, because so many things happen to Bayek, or happen around Bayek, and he is there to react to them, not to interact with them. So many things. Outside of the, hey, these people are responsible for the death of my son, I am going to kill them. Outside of that, everything else happens to him. The plot happening to a character is not generally the best way to write a story. Even if it's a captivating story, the plot happening to a character is not how you want to write a story, because it's forgettable. It is forgettable. This happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. Oh, but then, like that, basically. That's how BVS happened. That's how Justice League happened. That's how Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness happened. That's how Thor Love and Thunder happened. That's how Shang-Chi happened. That's how anything Phase 4 happened. That's how Kenobi happened. That's how Andor... Well, okay. Andor... I still don't like Andor. I don't like Andor. Disney is making a mediocre show, and it is objectively the most well-written show it's the most well-written Star Wars show there is right now. And that's a controversial opinion, I know, because what about Mandalorian? It's fan service. Mandalorian lives and breathes only because of fan service. In fact, they knew that they didn't have a show to go back to if they got rid of Baby Yoda. So they took half of Boba Fett to go and get Baby Yoda back. Why? What was all that character growth for? What was that? You can call it... okay, you can tangentially... That's an entirely different thing. And I still enjoy Mandalorian from a surface level. I still enjoy Mandalorian because it is a lot of fan service. There's a lot of just characters that get thrown in there. And it's interesting to see, oh, who's Mando gonna run into this week? That doesn't make it a good story. What I'm saying here, this is a massive tangent. Andor, the best thing Disney Star Wars has produced is still not quality enough to be a Star Wars product. It is not quality enough to be a real Star Wars product. And you might be thinking, oh, well, were the prequels quality enough to be a Star Wars product? Yes and no. Story execution? Absolutely not. Specifically in character interactions. The overarching story of the prequels, that of that of a populist of a hyper populist government, of a hyper populist governmental figure who uses the corrupt state to turn a republic into an empire, is a very awesome story. And honestly, Palpatine probably should have been the main character of the Star Wars prequels, which is a radical idea. But if that's the story they wanted to tell, that's probably what they should have done. But no, character development was pretty lackluster. The story in terms of character interactions, memeable, and that's about all you can say about it. But yes, it was specifically Star Wars because everything about it was Star Wars. Also, you know, George Lucas was a part of it. So that's kind of a big deal. Oh, but Dave Filoni, yeah, and Dave Filoni has kind of lost his stuff, man. Dave Filoni was also on Boba. Dave Filoni is also on actually, I don't know if he's on Andor. Dave Filoni was also on both seasons of Mando. Outside of Clone Wars Season 7, what quality writing has Filoni actually, like, objectively quality writing has Filoni produced for Star Wars? Now, he does have talent. He has a lot of talent, and he has a lot of skill. He wrote, directed? Either way, he was on the team of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was his show. He has talent. There's quality products that he can make. There's quality products that Ubisoft can make. That's where we're going with this. This whole thing started with, you know, game developers being good at their job. This whole thing was game developers being good at their job. They have talent. They do. But they're not using their talent. And I'm not going to spell it out for you as to why they are making these particular decisions, why they're deciding to write their stories in this particular way, why they decided to give you the option to be the male or female character in Odyssey or Valhalla. Which, again, do you know anything about the Viking culture? Do you know what the Shield Maiden actually was? Do you know anything about what the Nordic peoples look like and why they are supposed to look one particular way, and why, especially at that point in the history of the Vikings, not actually named Vikings, more Nords or Danes would be the better terms for them, because that's where they came from. A Viking was an activity. It was a raid, so they were Vikingers, not Vikings. But do you know these things about these people? Do you know the actual things, where they actually traveled, what their population was actually made up of? How they actually interacted with the world? Who actually did what in their societies? Do you know these things? Because the development team of a piece of historical fiction should know as much about the historical period that they are producing as they can, so as to keep the verisimilitude of that story. The verisimilitude. Is it all cohesive? Is it all cohesive? Verisimilitude. I don't know if it was coined by Richard Donner from Superman, from the Superman movies of the 70s and 80s, specifically the first two. I don't know if it was coined by Richard Donner, but he's most well known for the term verisimilitude. Everything needs to feel cohesive. All of it needs to make sense. Even if it is as fantastical as a man flying and shooting lasers out of his eyes and lifting cars and, you know, being able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and he's, you know, more powerful than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet, the whole deal. Even then, it needs to feel real. It needs to feel real. Iron Man 1, probably one of the best modern examples of this. Iron Man 1. My dude spends a larger budget than the US military building a personalized a personalized war machine, but it feels, but you can logically understand everything that it took to get to that point and how he did it and the process by which the multiple failures he had getting to that point. And when it all comes together, you're not questioning, oh, well, that's unrealistic that he's flying around. You're thinking, oh, wow, he really thought all of this stuff through, because that's how it's presented. But in Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Valhalla, and yeah, in Origins too, in a lot of places, because the story just happens to Bayek. It just happens to Bayek. They've lost it. So I'm hopeful for Mirage. I really am. And I think that because it is this particular culture that they're going with, that they will be extra careful to portray it in a very particular light. Because it's set during the time of one of the Islamic caliphates. That's what it is. It is what it is. And there is a massive push. There's a massive push for Islamic representation to be represented in one particular way in media, because of how they have been previously represented in a lot of Western media, especially in the 21st century. And I understand why the push exists. And I hope, honestly, because this is historical fiction, and because this is supposed to be accurately representing a time period, I do hope that they are accurate to the time period. I'm sure I could learn something about this. I'm hoping I learned something about this. That's what the best Assassin's Creed games do. The best Assassin's Creed games teach you about history, teach you things that you won't learn in your history courses. Honestly, can teach you more than a history course could, because it's a video game, because it can pretty much do anything. So I'm hoping that it is a good game. I am more hopeful for this than I am for really any other game right now. More hopeful for this than I ever was for Gotham Knights. More hopeful for this than... Geez, I don't even know what other games I'm interested in. I don't think I'm interested in other games right now that are, like, coming out. New games. There's probably something. Warzone 2. That's another one. I'm excited just because of the Battle Royales out there. I enjoy Warzone the most. I do. I think Call of Duty is a great format for a Battle Royale game. And I like that they're moving for a sort of a Tarkov sort of system in one of their new game modes. DMZ, I think is what it's called. But that looks really interesting. Tarkov is a cool game. Tarkov's a pretty cool, very involved game. So I hope that comes out well. But yeah, besides Warzone 2... which is just funny to say. But besides Warzone 2 and Assassin's Creed Mirage, I don't know if there's another game I'm like super excited that's a new game. Miles Morales, obviously. I started talking about this almost an hour ago. It's almost 12:30. I'm really, really wearing out right now. I don't think there's a lot of other stuff I'm excited for in terms of games. That's just how it is. I mean, I'm not excited for a lot of movies. Not excited for a lot of shows. Not excited for a lot of things right now. It's generally speaking, the quality of these products has drastically dropped over the last, I'd say 6 years. I'd say starting around 2016, the quality began to drop around this stuff, generally speaking. I mean, for video games, there's always going to be new developers out there. Video game development, as difficult as it is to develop a video game, and I know it's very difficult. I've got several friends in the video game development field right now here at school. It's a very tough thing to do, but it is something that anyone can do if they, want to learn to do it. Anyone can do it. There will always be more video game developers. There will always be more games that are really good at telling stories, because there's a lot of passion behind it, because they care about their product. They want the verisimilitude of this product feels and acts and plays and the story is laid out in such a way that all of it meshes perfectly. There will always be people out there who want to do that. And luckily with video games, that will continue to be a thing that you can do. Right now, we're in a bit of a slump. Because the games that everyone will hear about aren't particularly anything special. Oh, look, a new Call of Duty game. Is it going to play basically the same as the old Call of Duty game? Well, it's got this new feature. Okay. If you play literally any other Call of Duty game, will you be able to transfer those skills to this new one? Yeah. Okay. They know their market. They absolutely know their market, and they have found their niche, and they're sticking with their niche. Good for them. But it's just sort of the yearly iteration process of, all right, what's the new COD this time? Okay, cool things can come out of it. I think overall, Warzone has been a really cool thing. It does something that it's hard for me to put my fingers on what I'm trying to say here. Warzone does a really interesting thing that you just don't get from the other battle royales. I can't explain what it's locked away somewhere in my mind, but it's very different. Just as Fortnite, as much as I don't like to play Fortnite and I don't like the culture surrounding Fortnite and I don't enjoy I certainly do not like Epic Games in any regard because they're kind of just a really bad company. Fortnite knows its market. It knows its niche. And it basically today is, hey, remember when you were a kid and you just had a big toy box and you had a whole bunch of different toys from a whole bunch of different properties and a whole bunch of different types of characters and you just wanted them to fight and to meet each other and do this thing? That's Fortnite. That's cool. Love them or hate them, that's really cool. Even if they really market towards kids there to spend a $1 trillion on their game, if they really, even though they do that stuff and it's pretty scummy, the game itself is a really, really ingenious game. It takes such a simple concept that most anyone can relate to. You had a ton of toys in a toy box and you just pulled them out, and yeah, Batman fought Spider-Man, who fought Darth Vader, who you let his stormtroopers go and take out my little green soldiers, like the whole, you know how it works. Almost anyone has that sort of understanding of how childhood is, and children have that kind of imagination. So yeah, it's a wonderful game for that. Generally speaking, though, I don't like it. That's okay. I can choose not to like it. But in anything you do, you should try and make as high quality of a thing as you can. So, why aren't we? Why aren't we? Why aren't we? Why isn't Gotham Knights going to be better than Arkham Knight? I haven't played Gotham Knights, and I'm going to stake a claim on that argument that Gotham Knights will not play better than Arkham Knight. It will not play better. It will. Seeing the trailers, it absolutely won't look as good as Arkham Knight. Have you seen that? Arkham Knight came out in 2017. 2017, and it looks better than most games today. How? Why? I don't know. Maybe because Rocksteady put the time and the effort and the passion into developing it, not compromising on anything, even if the story fell flat. And let me tell you, Arkham Knight does not have a strong story. I was hoping for Joker not to be in the game because I wanted to see what else they could do. I was thinking, okay, Two-Face, Penguin, Riddler maybe Riddler's finally going to get a massive role to play. And then when we saw the Scarecrow stuff, I thought, okay, that could be cool. That could be cool. It could have been. And that sucks. It really sucks. But there's not really a game today that I would say looks better than Arkham Knight. Not one that's come out since. There have been some really nice looking games, not saying that there haven't been. Again, the Assassin's Creed games generally look very good. Their environments, absolutely. look beautiful. And the trailers that they can make for their games look like real people. Just in a video game, really. But, you know, the actual gameplay hasn't been that. Even with Valhalla and their PC killer graphics, doesn't look like it. So why isn't it as high quality of a product as you can make it? Because that's not what they're pushing for. That's not what the people developing these things are being told to do. And it sucks. That's the way it is. The way it is. So either deal with it, which we kind of all have to do, or go and change it. Make a game. And I'm not someone who has the skills to make a game, so I can talk about games and play them and present my opinions on them, however objective or subjective they can be, and that does depend entirely on the specific opinion that I have. Objectively, Odyssey, Valhalla, and yes, Origins do not have well-written stories. If you look at how to... If you take a creative writing course, you know that there are objective standards to meet in terms of how to write a quality story. That doesn't mean every single high-quality story is going to be written the exact same way, but there are things you need to account for in story writing. And at the heart of it, at the heart of video games, at the heart of film, TV, music, theater, at the heart of all of it, you are trying to tell a story. And you are using different mediums to do that. So the story matters most. What are VFX for? Why so many VFX in Star Wars? Well, we're trying to visually show you. We're trying to use visual storytelling to express, all right, this is what space looks like. This is what these aliens look like. So you don't just hear the name Millennium Falcon. You can picture what the Millennium Falcon looks like. You don't just hear about clone troopers and stormtroopers. You can tell the difference between the two. You know, you don't think a Death Star is literally a big star that shoots a laser. No, you can see in your mind what a Death Star looks like. Okay, so VFX enhance the story you're trying to tell. Absolutely. The visual medium, you're trying to visually depict a story you are telling. Okay. The music, even the music in these movies, what do? They tell you how this part of the story is supposed to make you feel. Yeah. So the story is at the heart of all of it. And if you're not writing a good story, why are you writing the story? Or if you're not writing a good story, don't stop at that draft. Continue to redraft. Get people who won't automatically say all your stuff is great. Go to people who might actually dislike you and ask them to look at your story. If you're writing something that has certain political themes in it, go to someone who doesn't have the same views as you and ask, hey, here's the story I'm trying to write. Here's how I've written it. Is this a convincing way of presenting this idea? Because they're not going to agree with you. If you're conservative, go to someone who's liberal and ask them, hey, this is a story. I have put these conservative themes in here. I'm trying to convey this conservative message. I know you don't agree with me, and given that you don't agree with me, is this a convincing argument that I have put forward? I'm not asking you to agree with it. Is this a convincing argument? That's an extremely useful tool. You can do that with pretty much anything. Hey, I want to put this idea in this story. I want this to be reflected in this game that I'm putting. I want these people to be represented. Even. I want these types of people to be represented. I know you don't necessarily aren't. I know, hey, you over there. I know that you aren't a part of this community or necessarily agree with the same things that I do or care about the same kind of representation as I do. So I would like to ask you, is this, from the eyes of someone who doesn't agree with me, is this a compelling thing? Is this a compelling way to present this thing that you don't agree with? If you can do that, geez, you can do anything. If you can convince someone of something, you can pretty much do anything. And if you can convince a non-believer, this is religious talk because it's kind of where I come from with this. If you can convince a non-believer to agree or to become enthralled with an idea, then you have a very powerful explanation. You have found a very powerful way to express that idea. So don't just write stories that you think are good and after the first draft just go with them. Don't. Redraft. Continue to redraft. And when you and when someone else tells you it's done, redraft one more time just to be safe. Just to be safe, because you can always clean up a story. You can always do it. But until we start paying attention to the quality of a story, until we start putting the quality of a story above the way the story is presented, or the way that the medium presents itself, how cool the graphics are, or ooh, look at that monster thing, or ooh, the person did the thing with the stuff and that looked like this and it was awesome. Before we start putting that stuff aside and just focus on the quality of the story, we're not going to get quality products. We just aren't. So look for people who are producing those quality products. Look for people who, even if you don't agree with them, for people who can be objectively assessed as producing quality. Look for them, support them, not because you agree with them, but because you too want the best possible stuff that's out there. You too want to put your best foot forward. That's why. That's why you do it. That's why you do it. I don't like Disney Star Wars. I don't. I think they have genuinely trampled on the reputations of many characters. And honestly, Disney has trampled on Lucas's reputation and Lucas's legacy in many respects, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera. And Andor isn't really, Andor isn't able to avoid this either. But you know what? It's the most quality thing we have gotten from them. I'm not settling for okay. But you know what? Andor was one step forward. It was one step forward. It was one step forward. So on that front, it can be praised. I don't really care about the rest of Andor. I don't. The story is generally not super compelling. Honestly, the thing I liked the most was looking at the way that the Empire ran things, because we don't have a story of that. Star Wars won't produce, and if they do, awesome. But they won't produce. If they do, and it's done well, at least, awesome. But they're not going to present the Empire as the good guys. They're not going. It's very unlikely that you are going to get a Star Wars show or a movie where the protagonists are the Empire, and they remain Imperial throughout the story. Battlefront 2, the newer one, the protagonist was an Imperial. By the end of the story, she became a rebel. Rogue One. The protagonist began not really caring about either side, hating the Empire, but not liking the rebellion either. She ended up being a rebel. She didn't join the Empire? Okay. Okay. Now you can argue, oh, well, this is why she didn't. Oh, okay. But you could have written a compelling reason for her to. Besides threats, you could write a compelling reason for her to turn Imperial. You could. You really could. Riva. I have a lot of gripes with the characterization of Riva. But at the end, I knew she was going to end up the way that she did. I knew she was going to end up turning to the light. From the first time I saw the character, I knew. In fact, if you look back in the defunct Christian Nisus show that maybe one day will make a return, but I wouldn't count on it. If you look back there, I did episodes discussing what I'm pretty sure Obi-Wan is going to be like as a show. And I said, look, I don't think Riva is going to be the bad guy. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to make her the good guy. They're going to put more focus on her. They're going to make her the good guy. And it's not going to be a convincing change either. It's going to just happen. And we're going to accept it. We're going to just, have to live with, okay, well, I guess she's not bad anymore. Even though there's not a convincing reason for her to turn good in the show at the end of the day. There's not a convincing reason she should have been alive in the show at the end of the day. Oh, well, she survived being stabbed in the gut once. Yeah, and that was dumb enough. She was a 6 or a 10-year-old when Vader first stabbed her? You're telling me she survived. You're telling me a youngling with no real lightsaber training, certainly no combat training, certainly, never having dealt with so much pain as being stabbed through the stomach. You're telling me the lightsaber completely passed all vital organs? All of them? Just all of them. All the vital organs? You're telling me that happened? And it happened twice? And it wasn't in the same wound? Tell me it happened twice? Why? Why? Well, they want her to be the protagonist. They want her to continue on as a character. I have no gripes with Moses Ingram. Don't take this the wrong way. Don't be petty about this, okay? Don't just take it, oh, well, you're just an ist or a phobe because you don't like the character of Riva. I'm sorry. I don't like a fictional character, so I'm a real world problem because I don't like a fake thing. Don't do that. Don't be disingenuous with your arguments, okay? I'm not going to treat you that way. I'm not. You present something, you present an idea, and I don't agree with the idea, I'm going to treat you genuinely and say, okay, that's interesting. I don't necessarily agree with you. Would you like to discuss this further? And if you say yes, I'm going to present an argument. Because that's the playing field we're on. I'm not a fan of Riva as a character. I'm not a fan of pretty much anything the character of Riva does, or how they get it done, or why it was possible for them to get it done, or really the way the show treats the character of Riva. I'm not a fan. Why? Because the show is titled Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we didn't even get Obi-Wan. We didn't get Obi-Wan. No, we got a shell of Obi-Wan. We got a figment of Vader's imagination that was Obi-Wan. We didn't get Obi-Wan. No. Oh, he was dealing with the trauma of, it has been 10 years. Oh, but he had so much to go through. Okay, but again, it has been 10 years. And he's not even doing his one job. He's not doing his one job. He's not doing his one job. He's not looking after Luke. It was important. Leia needed to... I'm sorry, you're telling me that the princess of a planet who has an entire military at her beck and call, whose parents are valued members of the Imperial Senate, you're telling me it would have been worse off for Leia to be saved by her people, for all intents and purposes, her own people, than for a Jedi to come out of hiding and put literally the entire galaxy at risk to barely manage to get his job done. And it's not even his actual job. You're telling me that was the smart option? That was the well-written, quality, smart option? That is what you were telling me? It's not. That's disingenuous. That is disingenuous. Write a better story. Give me an actual Obi-Wan story. You know what? You want an Obi-Wan story that incorporates characters outside of Obi-Wan? The 2013 Kenobi novel. That's not even the best Kenobi novel out there. Honestly, the best one is The Life and Legend of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's really good. Really good. It's probably my favorite. But it's also a much lower reading level than a lot of other stuff out there. And certainly than the Ahsoka novel, much lower reading level than the Ahsoka novel. I read it back when I was in like 4th grade or something, something like that. But it's still stands up. Still stands up. But yeah, read the Kenobi novel or listen to the audiobook from 2013. It's good. I think it was 2013. I have it. I just don't remember the date. I think it was 2013. It's good. That's how you write a Kenobi story. Oh, but this is set 10 years later. Okay, but why was it set 10 years later? Was it necessary to set it 10 years later? What was the point? What was the qualitative reason, not the quantitative, the qualitative reason for setting it 10 years later? Well, Ewan McGregor's older now. Yeah. Now he looks like Obi-Wan looked in episode 3. Now he's got the gray in his hair. Now he looks pretty much like the same guy. You could have just done it then. You could have just had it be a continuation to episode 3. Hey, look, this is what happened to Obi-Wan on the first few months after episode 3. This is the trauma he had to go through and how he learned to continue on in spite of losing everything he knew. You could have done that. You didn't. You didn't, and I highly suggest anyone who cares go and check out that audiobook. The audiobook specifically because the way it's read to you and a lot of the work that was put into it really makes it like you can close your eyes and you can feel, you can see all of this stuff happening all at the same time. It's more of an audio drama even than an audio book, but it's very good stuff. You should definitely check it out. Absolutely worth it. But yes, get the novel, get the audiobook, whatever. It's on Audible. You know the deal. Go and do that. It's gonna be 1 o'clock by the time I'm even almost done with this. My point is, this whole massive tirade, I am happy and excited about the Miles Morales game coming out in 2 weeks. Well, 13 days now. I'm excited about it because from everything I have heard, it is a very good, well-written, and well-made game. And I'm optimistic that Assassin's Creed Mirage will be as well, because the culture that they are representing is one that is very culturally prescient right now to represent in a charitable light. It is. So, I hope that charitability means historical accuracy. That's what I'm hoping for. It looks good. It's an Assassin's Creed game set in a time period that the Assassins would have been around. That's already a bonus. It's already a bonus. The character is a fully fledged member. Looks like they're going to be. Well, it's Bashim, who we know becomes a fully fledged member. So yeah, they're a fully fledged member of the Assassin's Brotherhood. Another bonus. Happy about that. Cool. So we're getting an actual assassin in a period where he would exist in an Assassin's Creed game. You've got me optimistic. I probably won't be pre-ordering it. I've learned my lesson. I'm probably not going to be pre-ordering the game. But you have me interested. That's all I can ask for. So I do hope that more games on the horizon turn to the quality of the storytelling rather than the messages that they can push. Whether you agree with me or with someone else, whether those messages appeal to me or appeal to someone else, I don't care. I don't care. As long as it's well written. Because if you can convince me that something is well written, that I'm not already, an idea that I'm not already on board with, if you can convince me that, hey, wow, this is actually a very compelling argument for this thing, I might have to think more about it. If you can do that, then you've presented that idea properly. You've done it, the right way. Not just shoving something down not just shoving an idea down someone's throat. Not just saying, you will accept this thing. You will do it. No, because that never works. They'll just throw it up. They'll be angry at you. And then they'll make the Gotham City map before you do. That's how it always happens. It always goes that way. Anyway, it has been a very long night. Thank you all so much for checking this out. Whenever you check this out, thank you for checking it out. Yeah. This is not what I was expecting. This was as long as the actual work that we did. We spent as much time talking about this as we spent on actually doing the thing. Hopefully there won't be technical difficulties next time. I don't think that there will be. So that's good. That's pretty good. Next time, if we're not doing Project Gotham stuff, then we will be, I don't know, playing something. Maybe Civilization. It is really stuck in my head. I want to play the United States in Civ 5, and it's going to be me, and then the CPUs are going to be the native tribes, and I'm going to see, all right, can I do this? And then I want to flip the idea and be one of the tribes against the United States and see if I can outwit them. A Thanksgiving special. A Thanksgiving special, just to see what we can do. Is it politically correct? Probably not. Do I care? No. It's a video game. I'm not actually harming anyone. This is not harmful to a person. It's like that. Was it a Polygon article? Was it a Kotaku article? I don't know. It was that one article where a woman playing GTA 5 said, I got. They said that they got assaulted in the game. And if you've ever played GTA, you know how funny that sounds, because that's not a thing you can do. But yeah, no, I'm totally down to play one of these harebrained scenarios. I don't know. I'm not even sure when the next game stream is gonna be. I need to decompress from these Batman videos, man. They have absolutely worn me out. I am so tired of them. And it bothers me because I've been working on them since July. And if I could push these videos out to you, I would. I can't. I genuinely think that these are some of the most quality things I've produced, and I can't put them out. It's how it is. It is what it is. But for now, this has been a very fun stream for me. We got some oddly serious topics, but I tried to keep it all, relatively logically consistent, to the best of my ability. This isn't a script. Genuinely, I don't write these things down. The scripted content I leave for the main channel. So I hope, my arguments were sound. If they weren't, my excuse is that it's 1 a.m. where I'm at. That's my excuse. My excuse is I, was pretty burnt out when I got home. That's my excuse. My excuse is the technical difficulties took a lot more brain power than they necessarily should have. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. for being here, for joining, whatever. Yeah. See you guys eventually again. Yeah. Have a good one.